Good day everyone, and welcome to Learn English with Blaine, and this is your intermediate dictation number 30. Again, this is your intermediate dictation number 30, and each sentence is either going to have maybe spelled as one word or maybe spelled as two words. Okay, so do you have your pen and paper ready? Because remember that you are going to listen and then write what you hear. Okay, so this is going to be listening practice, writing practice, and spelling practice as well. Now, there will be seven dictations, and I will say each one 3 times. Okay, let's get started with dictation number 1. Now, when you are doing your dictation, remember that each sentence, each passage is going to have maybe like this or maybe separated. Remember that if it comes after, usually at the beginning of a sentence, it's going to be an adverb and we're going to spell it like this. If it comes after a subject, it means after a person, then we're going to spell it like this, 2 words. Okay, so if it comes usually at the beginning of a sentence, we're usually going to spell it like this. If it comes after a subject, it's going to be separated like this. Now remember, we might even have this in the middle of a sentence, but focus on whether or not it comes after a subject. Okay, that's going to be the key thing to remember. Anyway, let's get started with dictation number 1. Maybe we will be late for the show, comma, but we will try to make it on time. Maybe we will be late. Maybe we will be late for the show. For the show, comma. But we will try to make it on time. Try to make it on time. Okay, let's take a look. I'll give you another couple seconds to finish. Okay, here we go. Maybe we will be late for the show, comma, but we will try to make it on time. Maybe we will be late for the show, but we will try to make it on time. So now in this situation, we're spelling it as one word because this is an adverb, right? It's modifying whether or not we will be late. Will be late, so it's modifying this. Okay, it's saying we might be late for the show, or perhaps we will be late for the show. Okay, let's go on to dictation number 2. Dictation number 2. John and Carol may be ready for you now, period. Would you like me to call to confirm? John and Carol may be ready for you now. For you now, period. Would you like me to? Would you like me to call to confirm? Call to confirm. John and Carol may be ready for you now, period. Would you like me to call to confirm? John and Carol may be ready for you now. Would you like me to call to confirm? Now, in this sentence, we are using the one that's separated, right? Separated. In this case, it's acting like a verb. It's not acting like a verb. It is a verb. Two verbs together. Here we have a subject. In this case, we have a subject. One little point I want to make, just to differentiate these two. When will we know that we have this spelling is if? This is a verb, so we cannot take this out of the sentence. If we were to take this away from the sentence, it would not make sense. John and Carol, ready for you now, does not make sense. We need to say John and Carol may be ready for you now. Now, if there are any questions about this, let me know in the comment section. We can discuss. But remember, when we have this form, when it's two words, it's acting like a verb. Okay, and it's always going to come after a subject. Okay, let's go on to the next dictation. Dictation number 3. I know that you lost your job, comma, but this just may be a good thing! Exclamation. Maybe you will find a job you really like. Period. I know that you lost your job. Lost your job, comma. But this just may be a good thing. But this just may be a good thing! Exclamation mark. Maybe you will find a job you really like. Period. You really like. Period. Okay, let's take a look. Now, in this sentence, in this passage, you can see that we've got both spellings. We got the spelling as a verb, and then we've got the spelling as an adverb. I know that you lost your job, comma, but this just may be a good thing! Exclamation. Maybe you will find a job you really like. Okay, so again, here we've got a verb. In other words, we need to keep this in the sentence, right? Here we've got maybe spelt as one word, and it's an adverb. So we can take this out, we can take this away, but then it really changes the meaning of a sentence, right? There's a difference between saying you will find a job you really like and maybe you will find a job you really like. When we leave this word in the sentence, it means perhaps. You may or you may not, right? So that's the difference. In this case, when we spell as two words, it's going to come after a subject. Now in this case, the subject is this. This just may be a good thing. Speaking of losing the job. And again, everyone, if you have any questions or comments, leave those in the comment section. And in the description of the video, I will leave a link to another video that I made talking about the difference between these two spellings. Okay, let's move on to dictation number 4. Do you think that maybe we could go to Florida this summer? Question mark. I would love to see Disneyland! Exclamation. Do you think that maybe? Do you think that maybe we could go to Florida go to Florida this summer? This summer? Question mark. I would love to see Disneyland. I would love to see Disneyland. Do you think that maybe we could go to Florida this summer? Question mark. I would love to see Disneyland! Exclamation. Do you think that maybe we could go to Florida this summer? I would love to see Disneyland. So again, in this sentence, because this is an adverb, we can take this out of the sentence. It would change the meaning of the sentence a little bit, but you could do that because remember that we need to have verbs in sentences, but we can take out adverbs. Again, they will just change the meaning of the sentence a little bit. Anyways, let's go on now to dictation number 5. Dictation number 5. I may be very tired now, comma, but I am sure I will feel better after a good night's sleep, period. I'm going to bed early tonight. I may be very tired now. I may be very tired now, but I am sure I will feel better. I will feel better after a good night's sleep. After a good night's sleep. Period. I am going to bed. I am going to bed early tonight. I am going to bed early tonight. Okay, let's take a few more seconds to finish writing that out, and then I'll show you what I said. Okay, let's take a look. I may be very tired now, comma, but I'm sure I will feel better after a good night's sleep, period. I'm going to bed early tonight. I may be very tired now, but I'm sure I will feel better after a good night's sleep. I am going to bed early tonight. Again, in this sentence, in this passage, we see it separated because this is acting like a verb, right? And if it's acting like a verb, it must stay in the sentence. The sentence would not be a sentence without this because we need to have verbs in the sentences. Okay, let's go on, everyone, to dictation number 6. Dictation number 6. Your new friends are so nice and friendly! Exclamation. Do you think they may be interested in coming for supper sometime next week? Your new friends are so nice and friendly. Are so nice and friendly! Exclamation. Do you think that they may be interested in coming for supper sometime next week? Okay, that's dictation number 6. And I'll give you a few more seconds and then we'll take a look. Your new friends are so nice and friendly! Exclamation. Do you think that they may be interested in coming for supper sometime next week? Question mark. Your new friends are so nice and friendly. Do you think that they may be interested in coming for supper sometime next week? Question mark. Okay, now for this one, I'm just going to add a word. First of all, this word, that, is actually optional. You can have this or not. You can say, do you think they may be interested? Or you can say, do you think that they may be interested? You could say it both ways. And then a word that I would add, do you think that they may be interested in coming over? And another word that's optional that you might want to add is over. Just something I just thought about, so you can use these two words or not, just depending on what you want to, on your own preferences. Okay, let's move on to our last dictation of the video, and that's dictation number 7. Dictation number 7. Maybe we should cancel our trip, period. We don't have much money at the moment, comma, and the weather isn't going to be that good anyway. Maybe we should cancel our trip. Cancel our trip, period. We don't have much money. We don't have much money at the moment, comma, and the weather isn't going to be that good anyway. That good anyway. Maybe we should cancel our trip, period. We don't have much money at the moment, comma, and the weather isn't going to be that good anyway, period. Maybe we should cancel our trip. We don't have much money at the moment, and the weather isn't going to be that good anyway. So again, everyone, because we've got the word at the beginning of the sentence, we're going to write it as one word, meaning that it's an adverb, right? So we can say, we should cancel our trip, or we can say, maybe we should cancel our trip. So when we say maybe, it means really maybe so or maybe not, right? It's kind of giving the idea that we should. But it's not guaranteed. We're not saying for sure that we should. Anyway, everyone, that's the end of our video. I really appreciate all of you. Again, if you have any questions, you can leave those comments or your questions in the comment section of the video. But thanks to all of you for watching. I really do appreciate it. I appreciate your participation. I appreciate your comments, and so on. And remember, everyone, leave your comments or questions in the comment section of the video, and I will be sure to respond. And if you like the video, please remember to share, like, and subscribe. And remember, our schedule is that on Sunday we'll be doing idioms, on Monday beginner dictations, on Wednesday intermediate dictations, and on Friday we'll be doing advanced dictations. So thank you so much, everyone. Again, have a wonderful day, and I'll see you in the next video.